Obama has unveiled his $75 billion mortgage relief plan. And this is an interesting one. He's saying, look, I'm going to try to prevent 7 to 9 million foreclosures of these houses. Now, more than 13.8 million houses in the country are underwater, as they call it, because their mortgage is now more than the house is worth. That's a huge number. There are only 52 million U.S. homeowners with a mortgage to begin with. Okay, so about a quarter of them are underwater. They're in a lot of trouble because they got a bigger mortgage than their house is worth. And he said very specifically, look, we're not going to rescue every one of them. And not only are we not going to do that, we don't think it's even a good idea. Because remember, some of these people got in over their heads as financial investments. Some of them, wanted to buy several different houses they don't even live in, et cetera, et cetera. One, you won't be able to rescue all of them. Two, you shouldn't even try because you got to let the market play itself out to some degree, right? But what he's saying is, now it's not revolutionary, but it feels that way after the last 8 years, where he says we're actually going to try to look out for someone that's the little guy, you, the American taxpayer. Instead of keep taking money from you to give it to the bankers in the financial industry, TARP, bailout, etc., we're going to try to keep you in your house. And I feel like it feels like a revolutionary idea. And to some degree, first of all, I was surprised at how large the number was. It was supposed to be about $50 billion, but they came out and said now they're going to put $75 billion into it. And in our members only post-game show, we showed a Brave New Films clip that talked about some of the people that are in this trouble, and it made me feel tremendous sympathy towards them because the way the Republicans and sometimes the media portrays it, and sometimes it's true, is that these guys, they were reckless and they said, I'm not sure I can afford it, but hell, screw it, I'm going to get a large house and live large, etc. But when you look at some of the real stories, of course a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of them were told that, no, it's better to get a subprime deal than a prime deal. Don't worry, you can afford it. This one woman in the Brave New Films video was told that she could afford to buy this big house based on her salary of $10 an hour. And she wanted her son and her husband to join in on it so she could get a prime mortgage rather than a subprime mortgage. But since she had some language issues, etc., they took advantage of her because they make more money from the subprime. They're going to get bigger commissions, bigger interest, etc., and they didn't care if it crashed. Now, people like that you actually can rescue if you give them a reasonable mortgage. You allow them to pay it off within their own income possibilities and capabilities. And part of this plan is, hey, we're going to get you to pay 31% of your salary towards your mortgage so that we know you can afford it and still stay in the house. And like they said, they can't rescue everybody, nor should they. But they're going to try to address the problem at its core. Because remember, this whole meltdown started with the problem in housing and so many houses being foreclosed on. And while they're doing that, another great benefit is that a lot of people will get to stay in their house and won't be kicked out and they won't be financially ruined, which then would do further damage to the economy as well. It's a bold program. Am I convinced that it's going to work? No, I'm not really sure. It might have unintended consequences. It might not be a good idea to put such a heavy hand on the market that if some of these people maybe should have lost the house or should have been foreclosed on, and in the long run cannot pay off the house anyway, and we're just delaying that, and we're doing it with government money. Those are things that are possible. And if there was an effective opposition to this, I'd be willing to listen to it. But can it work? It certainly can. And since based on the evidence that we have, I cannot say for sure one way or another. Obama has won the election, and he's supposed to implement his ideas, which the American people voted for. So if I was in Congress, I would say, yeah, go forward. You earn the right to try proposals like this, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it works out. And in a worst-case scenario, you certainly at least help those 7 to 9 million homeowners, which is not a bad thing.